Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
Hello.
to the podcast.
Yeah, it doesn't have a name yet.
Yeah, everybody has a podcast. The podcast. That was one I thought of while I was making lunch.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I don't-
Podcast.
Do you have any? Or
I mean, not really. Not other than the ones we thought of yesterday, but
okay.
I mean, if
yeah.
it was just the podcast, then we could always just say welcome to the podcast.
Oh, it's the podcast. The only
Oh,
podcast. That's us.
There are no other podcasts. So,
Yeah, so we had well, I'll just read the 3 that we had. We really broke the bank on these. Frick.
that was
We got Slow Talk, which was I don't know, supposed to be like Slovaks, sort of like our channel name, whatever. Learn Time, which I think was both of our favorites. Maybe.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or Living Life with Lorne and Mico.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know, which one did you like? You liked Learn Time, right?
Learn Time. Because, well, I guess maybe we should explain what the point of the podcast is.
Yeah, we should.
It's
so that we know first of all.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should just jump into it and people can figure it out. But the idea was that one of us would talk about something that we knew about, like the plot of a TV show or a game or something that maybe the other person doesn't really know as well. But the hook of it was that we're doing it all from memory and we don't really remember what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That was sort of the general idea.
Yeah. Well, and because yesterday I was talking to you about like the plot of The Flash.
Yeah. Which maybe that should be our first episode. You want to tell me about The Flash?
Yeah, sure. I'll tell you about The Flash. All right, so listen up here.
Wait, no, hold up.
Oh, okay.
But before we go on to the actual show, I wanted to talk about our Discord server we got going on here.
Oh yeah.
So, your name is Tommy Wiseau Official, and mine is Neil Breen Official.
Right.
And I'm gonna print screen this right now, and I'm gonna freaking open it up in Paint, and we're gonna put it on the video.
Oh, sweet.
And I guess maybe if we do like Spotify or something, or
whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
SoundCloud is probably easier.
Then they'll have no idea, but they'll get the gist, basically.
Yeah. Whoa.
What the heck was that? You getting attacked?
No, I dropped my phone into a bowl of popcorn.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. The master is here.
Oh.
All right.
Oh,
so
boy.
that's what we're doing. We're Tommy Wiseau and Neil Breen, and we're throwing phones and popcorn. In theaters now, Twisted Pair. Go get yourself some tickets.
Yeah.
Oh, and frick, what is Tommy Wiseau's movie? Best Friends, but the R is in brackets, so it's like Fiends also.
Oh, that's not bad. That's clever.
Yeah, wow, he's really,
he's coming into his
own. He's a genius, to be honest.
He is, really. If he and Neil Breen were to collab on something, like, I'd watch that crap.
I would love that. And then they both like both of them would want to be like the star and the director and everything, and the other one wouldn't let them do that. So you just get this loop of, I want this, and then Neil would be like, I want this. I can't do an impression, but
yeah, because
Neil
Breen would be all like, make a political stance, and then Tommy Wiseau would be like, oh, F that.
I just want to talk about love. And then Neil Breen would be like, yeah, but can I have superpowers? And Tommy would be like,
Only if you
I
have
have a
breast cancer.
vampire. Because I think... I think it was implied or something. Like, his idea was that in the room, Johnny was a vampire. I think.
Oh, really?
Or that was just a rumor. Like, people thought that was what he wanted, but... Whatever, man.
Yeah.
See, there you go. That's learn time.
Now you all learned something.
I just said some bullcrap that might be true that I just pulled out of my memory, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you want to do the Flash now, or are we
Yeah,
done?
I can do the Flash now. I don't know. I mean, what are we, like 6.5 minutes in?
Yeah.
That's a pretty short podcast.
Ah, that'll get you on your drive to the office.
Yeah. All right. That's been the podcast. No, I'm just
Tune
kidding.
in next week when we talk about Cheetos for 5 minutes.
Oh man, Cheetos.
Yeah, man.
I remember that one time we had a couple guys over at it was at your old house,
Mm-hmm.
and we were playing Scott Pilgrim, and you had a bag of Cheetos, and they had just like barely gone stale,
Oh yeah.
but like they were the best Cheetos I ever had.
That's the time to eat Cheetos, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right around the stale point.
Mm-hmm. Not too stale though.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Just barely.
Not fresh, not stale, just in the middle, in limbo,
Mhm.
just sort of right there
Yeah.
on the red line. All right, so you want to talk about freaking the Flash or what?
Yeah, I can. I'll give you a gist of the plot.
Okay.
It's gonna range from the first season on. It's just like, yeah. Anyways, basically, there's this scientist man.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Harrison Wells. Harrison Wells created this thing. It's called the particle accelerator.
Oh.
I guess it's supposed to accelerate particles.
Wow, that's
And,
okay from the name, yeah.
I don't know what you're supposed to really do with that, but he created this thing and
And it accelerates particles, and it's called
Yeah.
the particle accelerator.
Yep. So he makes this particle accelerator, and the day that it's going off, it explodes. Something went wrong. It exploded.
Ooh.
Releasing a bunch of dark matter over Central City.
Central City.
Yeah, Central City. That's that's the name of the city that it takes place in.
Okay.
So there's dark matter floating around everywhere, and just as this happens, Barry Allen
Mm-hmm.
gets he's in his CSI lab, and he gets
in
struck by
CSI?
lightning.
He's in CSI
Yeah,
Miami. Okay.
Yeah.
Or CSI Central
no,
City, I
he's-
guess.
Yeah. It's the newest one.
Yeah.
It didn't make it past the pilot.
Is what's his face in there? Caruso? Is
What?
that his name? I don't remember.
Who?
Whatever, go on.
Like, actor? Okay, anyways. He gets struck with this bolt of lightning.
Okay. With
And
the
the
particle
lightning-
accelerator on, though.
Yeah, it was mixed with the dark matter.
Oh, yeah, right.
And so that gave him it put him into a coma for like 9 months. And when he woke up, he was a speedster. 'Cause that's what they call people with super speed.
Uh-huh.
Speedster. Yeah.
Speedsters.
So he woke up in Star Labs, where Harrison Wells works. And they're like testing him and stuff, and then they're training him, and he starts to solve crime as the Flash, right? Although his original name was the Streak.
Okay, well that's not great.
'Cause all you saw when he ran was just this red streak.
Okay. Why was it
whatever.
red? Was he wearing red or?
Yeah, his outfit was
Okay.
red. Yeah.
Why does he need a
Um,
like costume. Can't he run so fast?
You know, he can move so fast that it, like, blurs his face out.
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't know why he would need a costume at all.
Or he just runs so fast that his costume just goes on. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he runs so fast he runs into the future where he's wearing the costume and then he runs back. But he hasn't, you know?
But then he messes up the timeline.
Yeah, to get the suit on.
Okay. Anyways, basically, from that point on, he's solving crime and stuff. He's learning how to hone his powers. They're tracking down other people affected by the dark matter, people known as metahumans.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, humans that have gotten these powers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Meta-humans. Yeah. I don't really have a joke for that.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. And it turns out that this Harrison Wells guy... Oh, crap. I got to backtrack.
Oh, no.
I got to backtrack. I'm so sorry. Backstory to Barry Allen. His daddy's in prison for killing his mama. But he didn't actually do it. See, when Barry was a little boy, he came down the stairs one night, and his mama was surrounded by, like, all this fast-moving lightning and stuff.
Like the dark matter got her.
No. This was long before the dark matter.
The Flash did.
Okay. There was a speedster there.
Oh, of course there was a speedster. There are always speedsters.
Man, they're everywhere.
They're through time and space, just all over the place.
So anyways, this speedster, dressed in yellow.
Oh, is it anti-Flash?
It's reverse Flash, yes.
Oh, okay.
He's the one that killed Barry's mom. But, of course, when Barry told the police that, like, no one believed him, right? Because he's a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So they threw his dad in jail for it. And this whole time, Barry's been trying to prove his dad's innocence.
With the CSI.
With the CSI. Because he's been secretly, like, working on the case and whatever, and... Yeah. So... Well, the CSI works close with the police department.
Oh. Yeah.
So...
Yeah, they do.
So, yeah. Yeah, so... That's how he's been doing that. But... Basically... This guy, Harrison Wells... turns out to be the reverse Flash.
Oh, man.
And it's like, what? That's not even Harrison Wells. His name is actually Eobard Thawne, and he came from the future, and it gets real complicated. And it's like, Barry tries to go back in time to save his mom from dying, right?
Yeah.
And he ends up seeing himself fighting the reverse Flash there around his mom. So it's like, what? I was already here. So, like, as a child, that red lightning he saw, whatever, was himself, but he didn't know that. So, yeah, it gets confusing at times. And there ended up actually being, because he goes back there a couple times, there ends up being like 3 of him at the same place.
And
he
still can't save his mama?
He did, actually.
Oh.
He did, and that created the Flashpoint paradox.
Oh.
Where
and
basically his mom never died.
That's when he goes to the Speed Force. Speed Hell, or whatever.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, the Speed Force, there always had to be, I guess, a prisoner, as they would say, because it's like a prison. So, like, one speedster has to be in there, whatever, and I forget exactly what happened, but I think they brought a different speedster out of it, because they needed help with something. And then, like, the Speed Force was going to destroy the city, because they didn't have a prisoner. So then Barry had to sacrifice himself to the Speed Force to save the city.
Why does the Speed Force require a blood sacrifice? Is it Satan?
I mean, the Speed Force has a mind of its own.
Okay. So the Speed Force is like an entity. It's not people.
It's like the Phantom Zone.
Okay.
Think of it that way.
Stupid name.
Yeah. It's what gives speedsters their powers, and apparently it needs a prisoner.
Wait, so the lightning and the dark matter, that's the Speed Force?
No.
No?
Okay. It's not what gave Barry his powers.
Oh.
It's okay, how should I say this?
So he's like a alternate speedster. He's the super speedster, you would say.
Sure. But I guess the Speed Force doesn't necessarily give them their powers. Maybe I should say it differently. It's like I don't know. It's like, I don't know how else to explain it. But it's like a speedster strives to be one with the Speed Force.
Okay. We all do.
Because I know at
on
one
the
point,
inside.
yeah, at one point in Barry's training, he was really trying to focus just on like, just being one with the Speed Force and whatever, and he ended up running at like Mach 3 or something, something crazy fast. So I don't know exactly how I would explain that, but anyways, he sacrifices himself to the Speed Force, and then basically they're tired of him being in there, so the next season they want to bring him out. So they developed this thing, this little orb or whatever, and it has Barry's, what was it, either DNA or the frequency he vibrates at or something. It has that in that ball.
Okay. His
And
soul is
once
in there. It's a soul trap.
Essentially.
Okay.
So they pull him out of it, and they throw that in there, fooling the Speed Force into thinking that Barry's still in there, but he's not.
All right. So they
got him out.
They made an orb of his life essence, is what you're telling me.
I think so. That's a good way to explain it.
just like in a lab, in the CSI lab.
At Star Labs, they're scientists.
This science can't make magical orbs.
Well, I mean, in the DC universe, they can.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. Whatever. You can do whatever you want in the DC universe. There are no rules.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at Superman. There are clearly no rules with that guy.
No, just whatever. As long as he doesn't kill someone.
So, I skipped over a lot of detail and like whatever, but that's essentially an overview of the series.
Okay.
Tracking down baddies. Lots of drama. You know, the bad guys always go after someone Barry cares about, right? So
like his mom.
Whether
in the past.
His mom. Exactly. His friends. His girly friend. / wife.
Mm-hmm.
Because she becomes his wife. Yeah, her family, whatever. Like, it don't matter. All his friends, of course, have become metahumans as well.
That's awfully convenient.
Like his friend Cisco.
Oh, Cisco.
Yeah, Cisco Ramon.
That's a strong name.
He is called the Vibe.
The Vibe.
Now, what he does is he can open up a breach that can either go to different Earths, like universes, or he can just transport them to anywhere they really want to go, basically. And his friend Caitlin is Killer Frost.
Killer Frost, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
Basically, she's like an ice witch.
Okay, like Elsa from Frozen.
Yeah, except, more badass.
Well, Elsa was pretty badass. Let's be real here. She sang a pretty cool song.
Oh, that's all you were gonna say?
Yeah.
I thought there was more to
No,
that.
she just sang a pretty cool song. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you.
All right. Well, yeah. And then of course, the Flash always crosses over with the other shows, like Arrow and Supergirl and Legends of Tomorrow and Black Lightning and all their other frickin' shows.
Riverdale?
Not
iZombie?
Riverdale. No, not iZombie.
I would love to see him in iZombie. That's a show that I watch. I could talk about that one.
Yeah, okay. I mean, now?
I don't know. How long do you want to make this podcast?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we should just talk and see how long it goes.
Yeah. All right. So were you?
I'm kind of done talking about the Flash, to be honest. There's a lot of. Do you have any questions? There's a lot of open story that I left out.
The Vibe. What does that have to do with opening up the portals?
Oh, Yeah. Sorry, there's another piece to his powers,
okay.
and that is that, let's say they're trying to find somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like let's say they're trying to find a villain, and they happen to have like a piece of his armor or something left over from a fight they had with him before he got away. He just has to like touch that, and then like he gets like a vision or a vibe, and he can see like kind of where they are, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why he's the vibe.
Picks up their vibrators. Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
their vibrations.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he uses lots of vibrators.
He's the vibe. Hey.
Because he's the vibe. I mean,
That's. I don't. That's so
I'm tired of talking about this now. I've tired myself out. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else there is to talk about with the Flash here. I don't have any questions.
I mean, we could get into more detail about certain bad guys, but I'm really not like this last season that they're currently on. Barry and Iris's, that's his wife.
Okay.
Their daughter has come from the future, and is just there, and it's like, wow, why are you doing this? You're gonna wreck the timeline, and now they're just fighting crime alongside.
What, have they learned nothing from their past adventures, that the
Well, I
time
mean,
is a
and they
fickle
didn't-
beast?
They didn't do it. She came back.
Well, send her on her way. Speed
The
Force
reason
gonna get mad.
Yeah, I know. The reason she came back was because in the future, the Flash disappeared and has been missing for like 25 years. So she grew up her entire life without knowing her dad,
Aw.
basically. So she came
Weeb.
back to like try to prevent him from whatever happened from him disappearing. So that's why she came back. So
Okay, so she's just getting all her hands up, like elbow deep in the time stream, just mucking around in it, screwing everything up for everybody else.
Yep.
Is she the villain?
Yeah. I don't know. She might end up being the villain. But yeah,
Alright.
I haven't finished that season, so I'm done with the Flash now. Talking about that.
Alright, let's. So you want to talk about anything else? You want me to talk about anything, or
You can talk about something. I'm parched. I need a sip of something.
take a sip? This is a water break. This is the part of every podcast at exactly
Yeah.
25 minutes in when you get to.
Oh yeah,
sip.
now a message from our sponsors. We don't have sponsors.
Today we are sponsored by water. You can find it almost anywhere, but most of the time it's bad to drink. Water. Get yourself some.
Get some.
Then there's a little jingle. Do.
Yeah. Water. Water. Water.
Oh, water.
Oh, good burger. That's something we could talk about
Yeah,
too.
oh frick. But we both know that, so it won't have the same effect.
Okay, so we could talk about it, or we could just quote the whole movie to each other.
Oh my gosh, that should be our homework for this week. Just
Movie
memorize
quotes could
all
be
of
like-
Good Burger and then quote it word for word on this podcast, and then we can upload it to YouTube.
Yeah, they can't charge us copyright if we're the ones saying the lines.
Exactly. I don't think that's how it works. I think they're pretty,
Yeah.
pretty
I mean,
stuck
whatever.
up about that. But
Whatever.
we can friggin' give it a go.
Yeah. Awkward silence. Okay.
Well, you don't have to bring it up. I'll just cut it out.
Oh, okay.
Well-
We'll cut all this out then.
Yeah, I'll just cut out the whole podcast. It's
No,
stupid
not all
anyway.
of it. I mean, you could talk about your iZombie if you want. I haven't seen that
Frick.
at all, so like I have like, unless you wanted to save that for like
Well, actually,
another episode.
Maybe that could be a good
completely.
thing. Like you talk about a thing and then I talk about a thing. I kind of like.
Yeah. Yeah, that could work. Because then we could get closer to like even 40, 45 minutes, and then
Yeah.
after
Alright.
that, if we got nothing to say, then that's it. Like,
All right, you know what? Yeah, I'll hit you with that iZombie.
Okay.
But it's it's been a while since I've seen the first season. But
Well, that's okay. That's kind of the point of this thing.
yeah, but yeah, yeah. So it's so it this the main character is a girl named Liv Moore. It's a pun name. Do you
Ooh.
get it? It's funny.
Live more. Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
One thing you should know about iZombie before we get into it is there are a lot of dumb puns. There's a graveyard named Shady Plots. There's an energy drink called Max Rager, and it makes the zombies. So yeah, so whatever. She gets invited to a boat party, and then someone, frick, what's his name? Brad? I don't remember his name.
Oh,
the main
Bradley.
Yeah, well, the main antagonist.
I mean, you could look it up.
Oh, jeez. You know what? I'm gonna Google his name because he comes up a lot.
Okay,
and I kind of need to.
Yeah, instead of just calling him that guy or something.
Yeah. His name is.
Is his name a pun as well?
No, his name's Blaine. Well, yeah, actually, his name is. It's Blaine De Beers, because he worked with this other guy called DeWeed, and people would be like, "Oh, Blaine brings De Beers, and the other guy brings DeWeed." That was the joke.
Ah. Oh, okay.
So yeah, so Liv, so Blaine gives Liv the Max Rager, and it's spiked with something, and then it's like people start turning into zombies on the boat, and they start going bonanza, just eating each other. It's it's pretty crazy.
How did zombies get on this boat?
Well, because of the drugs. Like the drugs turn them into zombies. So.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And then Liv washes up on shore, and in a body bag, and she gets up and she's a zombie.
Okay, I was going to ask if she was a zombie.
Yeah,
Okay.
she iZombie. That's her.
I see. It's like iCarly, but with zombies.
Yeah, exactly. It's a sequel.
Okay.
And they're both set in Seattle, so it actually is.
Wow.
Sequel. She goes to work at a what do they call them? Like an undertaker at a police police station.
Oh, like a mortician.
Yeah, a mortician, kind of like the people who
like at the morgue.
They do the autopsies and stuff. For
yeah, no, I know what you mean.
But she does it so she can get her hands on those sweet brains.
Yeah, so she's a medical examiner.
Yeah. A medical examiner, exactly. So she eats the brains of the dead people. Well, she's like all secret about it. And then when you eat the brain of someone, you get their memories, or you like experience some of their memories. So she she uses that to like help one of the detectives solve a crime, and then she pretends to be psychic for a bit, and her ex-boyfriend, who she broke up with because she became a zombie, or her ex-fiance, that's what it was. He's like, he works with like inner city kids, and one of them goes missing, and then he thinks that Blaine, who's running a butcher shop called Meat Cute. Somehow I remember all these place names because they're funny. Major, did I say his name? His name is Major. He thinks that Blaine is cutting people up and serving them as food, and then he starts like, basically it drives him completely insane. And then at the end of the season, he confronts Blaine, and Blaine shoots him and like mortally wounds him. So Liv turns him into a zombie. Like Major, he gets cured somehow. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Frick, I completely missed one of the major characters. Ha! No pun intended. There's a guy called what's his name?
A guy called what?
Liv's boss, Ravi.
Okay.
At the other autopsy guy. He's been working on a cure for the zombies the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah, and so he gives the cure to Liv, but she gives it to Major because he's all mad at being a zombie. So then he's not a zombie anymore, but he can sense when he's near other zombies, and the Max Rager company, they use him as a hitman. So he goes out and he like kills zombies. But he has a change of heart, and he starts putting them in freezers because zombies can be frozen, I guess, and then like revived.
Why would he do that? That doesn't kill them, does it?
No, well, that's just to like until there's a cure, I think.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. Basically, at the end of season 2, Liv and the detective Clive is his name. They go to the release of the Max Rager, and it turns everybody into zombies, and so they start going crazy and they eat each other, and it's like that part was pretty intense.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, like because you like see everything. Before it was just like a little flashback thing, but now you actually like see the zombies, and it's kind of terrifying, and like yeah, like Liv and Major are both zombies. Oh right, frick, I forgot. The zombie cure was only temporary, so Major and Blaine, I think Blaine was also injected. So for some reason, they both get turned back into humans and then back into zombies. Yeah, no, never mind. Blaine gets the other cure. There's a second zombie cure that's different that Blaine gets. So whatever. So Liv and Major are both immune to the zombies, and they don't care. But all the zombies are trying to kill Clive. And then there's and then I think basically the secret private military corporation shows up called Fillmore Graves, which is funny. Get it?
That's funny. Yeah, because they want to fill more graves.
And then and then they clean up all the zombies because they are zombies, but
what?
Like secret. They're secret zombies.
So is that like use a con to catch a con sort of thing? Like use zombies to kill zombies? Okay.
Like I guess because zombies can only be killed if you hit them in the brain. So I guess if you're like a soldier and you get shot in the chest, whatever, who cares? So anyway, it goes on for a little bit, and I think Major gets recruited into Fillmore Graves, and then he and Blaine both get injected with the second zombie cure, which does cure them, but it wipes their memories. So then like Blaine becomes a good guy for a little bit, and he's like trying to make up for his mistakes because he thinks he's evil. But then it's revealed that the memory wipe is only temporary, and eventually he gets them back. But he's been pretending to be a good guy this whole time because he wants to sleep with Liv's friend.
Oh my.
Yeah, so he's kind of a jerk. But he's like, I don't know, he's a great character. He's a lot of fun. And then after that, geez, there's so many like people getting turned into zombies and then back again. Mostly it's just Blaine and Major. They get a lot of shifts because at some point they both become zombies again. And then Major does join Fillmore Graves, and Blaine opens up like a secret underground like brain bar where people can eat magical brains, and there's like blue juice that makes you like become the person instead of just living their memories. Like it's like super enhanced brain high basically.
Yeah.
And then something happens, and it's like revealed to the world that Seattle is filled with zombies, and so like the secret's out, and then like they wall off Seattle so all the zombies stay in there, And then there are like people and zombies trying to live together, but they hate each other. Because it's kind of like, you know, I wouldn't like a zombie neighbor. The last season was just like the leader of Fillmore Graves going insane, and then Liv like shoots him and whatever. Like, because he desperately wanted the zombies to spread, I think. Or he wanted to contain them. I can't remember his motivations. No. There was the preacher. He wanted the zombies to spread. He shows up, and then the general wanted them to stay contained. And then there was like a threat of nukes or something, and so he was trying so hard to keep the peace that he was turning evil. And then it ends. That's the last season. I think there's probably a couple more coming, but
Yeah, I would imagine.
yeah, you know, it's pretty entertaining. There's a lot of
Yeah.
well, it's it's made by CW, same people who make Flash, so there's a lot of drama.
Yeah.
You know.
Hmm. I'm wondering one thing. Like, you kept saying that like people would turn into a zombie and then back into a human, and then like they go back and forth like that.
Yeah.
Does that not like mess with a person? Like, would that not affect you in some way? Like, one day you're a zombie and the next you're not, and like, or are they just like whatever?
Probably. I don't know. Well, that's not something that they bring up a lot. But
So it's not
Ravi does give himself a cure, and this cure instead, just like every once in a while he becomes a zombie. It's sort of like the joke they use is that it's his period or something.
Oh, okay.
Where he just has a craving for brains. But yeah, I agree. They should have gone with like a little harder on the like, holy crap, I'm a human again. Oh wait, I want to eat zombies. I want to eat zombie brains.
Yeah, but you're a human, and that yeah.
Oh, and one thing that never happens is Liv has so many opportunities to get cured, but then something happens where she has to give it to someone else. And then Ravi's like, I can only make this one. This is the only one I can make ever. And she's like, oh, I'll take it. Thank you so much for making this for me. And then someone else is like, I'm a zombie. I want it more. And then she gives it to them because she's so kind. And then that happens like 5 times. So obviously Ravi can make a couple cures here.
I got the gist of that.
Yeah,
Like,
I think you did.
it's a typical zombie show or movie.
Well,
Outbreak, cure.
But
I don't know.
like,
I don't watch zombie stuff, so.
well, like most zombies are mindless, but these ones are like they're like sentient. You know, they can still think for themselves and everything.
So would there come a point where like someone has been a zombie for so long that the cure wouldn't work? They're just full on zombie?
Yeah, if they don't eat enough brains. That is a thing. They call them Romeros, like George Romero, the guy who invented the modern idea of zombies. Yeah, they're basically just like mindless people if they don't eat enough brains.
Oh, so brains keeps them like
Yeah.
not mindful,
Yeah.
I guess.
Should we call it?
You would recommend this? Yeah. we can call
Yeah,
it.
you know what? I would recommend iZombie. There's a lot of for the most part it's sort of just like a detective show, like a serial where they investigate like a different murder and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's like the overarching plot. And maybe a bit too much of that like romance, like love triangle stuff, but whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Too much for my taste, you know.
Yeah, get that out of here.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a good show otherwise. Do you want to get rid of this stupid podcast now? Can we just throw it in the garbage?
Yeah, sure. Let's throw this one out.
All right, ladies and gents. Frick, that's a stupid. I hate that. Little ladies and gents.
What? Oh, yeah.
You wanna watch this? You wanna listen to my podcast? Listeners.
Which still doesn't have a name.
The Nameless Podcast. The podcast
Maybe it should be the podcast with a question
The
mark.
podcast?
The podcast?
I like that. Everybody has a podcast, the podcast. Or we could call it Neil Breen and Tommy Wiseau official podcast.
Hey man, if those two guys actually had a podcast together, I would listen to that all day, every day.
You know what? We're out of here. We're outie.
Yeah, we're done. See ya.
See ya. Wait, when are we?
Thanks. Oh,
Did you already close Audacity?
I didn't.
Oh, okay, good. How often are we doing this? What is this, like a weekly thing or bi-weekly?
I don't know. How long will it take to put it up?
Well, if I start right now, I could, and it's just audio, I could probably have it up within the day or tomorrow. We'll upload every episode, probably on Monday, just to keep it
Probably.
consistent.
Yeah. So
here on
but
YouTube,
I mean, no promises. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But that's what we're gonna aim for.
yeah, and we're gonna stick to it. We're gonna do it this time. We're not gonna upload every 3
Yep.
months like with Fire Emblem.
Yep.
So either here on
Oh my
YouTube,
goodness.
on Slovox.
For now, that's probably where it's gonna stay.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden it gets more popular, then maybe we'll move it somewhere else too. But
Well, I'll see about getting it on Spotify and Google Play and stuff, and iTunes.
yeah,
Yeah. All right.
I guess should we talk about Slovox real quick?
Yeah, you can if you want.
I mean, basically, we just plan to. I don't think right now we're gonna start any big series or anything. I think what we had discussed basically was that it would be pretty much just scrubby doubles. So like us playing against each other or with each other, and like, I don't know, Mario Kart type of head-to-head stuff. Just so that there is some gameplay on the channel.
Yeah.
Because like we learned with Fire Emblem, doing the series can be quite time-consuming, and we get bored of it real fast.
Oh yeah.
So we do still have some episodes of Fire Emblem that we're just going to upload for the sake of uploading it. We have the footage anyways. So, but once that's done, I think we finished the first part of the game anyways. So it's probably just going to end it there. Yeah, the first quarter.
It only took us 2 years. All right. I think we're done here. Take care not to fall in the toilet when you pee, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna stick to it. You're ladies and gentlemen now.
Yep.
Bye bye. End of the podcast. Turn it off. Shut it down.